I am speaking to you directly, and I do not stutter when I love. This message is for you. Do not try to skip this. I have watched your nights bend beneath questions that would not sleep, and I have held your breath steady when the world around you trembled for no visible reason. I have a matter to reveal, and I am not revealing it to embarrass you, but to free you from the storm that formed behind your back like a shadow that thought it could outrun the sun. Your name was on lips you did not expect. It happened recently, in a moment that looked ordinary from the outside, two relatives sharing a conversation, a room that smelled of tea, a phone balanced carelessly on a knee, a door half closed, and yet the unseen was loud. The one who holds a space in your heart, the one who tries to pretend they are harder than their softness, talked about you with their brother. Yes, the matter you kept tucked inside your chest became the headline of a private council. And you will not believe the turn it took, because fear tried to write the script, but I overruled it with truth. They began in confusion, because that is where most human confessions begin. They said your name and felt the weight behind it, the light behind it, the pattern of moments stitched together, your patience, your silence, your strength that never begs to be seen. They admitted they felt pulled, the way a tide follows the moon without asking permission. They tried to explain away their feelings as timing, as pressure, as distraction, but every word they used to escape returned to them like a mirror. Their brother listened. Their brother asked the questions they had avoided asking themselves. And the conversation turned, not against you, but toward you, because truth has its own gravity, and it does not need applause when it arrives. I watched them speak about your kindness like a person unlocking a door they swore they lost the key to. They said you make everything quieter inside their head. They said you make music out of ordinary minutes. They said there is a steadiness to you that doesn't try to control them, and yet, strangely, anchors them. They confessed their fear of what happens next. They wondered if they had already missed their moment. They wondered whether you were still reachable or whether your heart had closed the window to keep the weather out. Their brother did not flatter them. Their brother told them what you needed to hear indirectly, that you are not a test, you are a person. That they cannot keep postponing what they know in the name of excuses that have expired. That respect is a verb, not a sentiment, and that they must show up in daylight with both hands open. Yes, they also discussed the noise around you. They worried about opinions, they worried about scars, they worried about the cost of telling the truth after such a long silence. But do not fear this. Every worry they named is smaller than the courage that is growing inside them now. I breathed on that courage. I brought it to a point. I moved it from a feeling into an intention, and from an intention toward an action. I am not here to entertain you with gossip. I am here to let you know where the current is flowing so you do not mistake it for chaos when it reaches your shore. Do not misunderstand me. I am not asking you to abandon your discernment. Keep it. Hold it with both hands. but do not weaponize it against yourself. I see the walls you learned to build when promises broke like thin glass, and I honor the part of you that learned to survive in rooms that did not welcome you. Still, I am healing in you the reflex to run before the knock at the door is finished. I am standing in the hallway of your life with a calm that has never deserted you, and I am telling you, you will not need to chase what is meant for you, but you must be willing to open when it arrives. Courage will knock. Clarity will speak. Consistency will stay. The brother said something your heart needs to remember. He said, "Stop rehearsing the worst." He told them to admit that their silence has been loud enough to be mistaken for indifference, and to correct it with clarity, not with half-tone gestures or coded messages meant to protect pride. He told them that you are not fooled by performance, that you read effort like a native language, and that you do not measure love by the height of promises but by the length of follow-through. He was right. I placed that wisdom on his tongue. I did it for you. Now, listen to me. Your person is not your savior, I am. Your person is not your map, I am. Your person is not your oxygen, I am. But I am not threatened by their presence in your story. I am the author who knows how to develop characters without damaging the plot. I am the one who knows how to turn a valley into a scene change, not an ending. I am the one who knows how to set the timing so that recovery does not feel like theft, but like a door opening from the inside. You will see signs of this turn. You will notice practical changes, not just fine words. The first sign will be a message that chooses clarity over safety. It will not be an echo of old patterns, it will be clean, simple, and brave. The second sign will be an action that costs them something: pride, convenience, the applause of people who prefer them uncertain. The third sign will be consistency over time. Wait for that. Not passively as if you are powerless, but peacefully as if you have nothing to prove. Because you do not. I am clearing the confusion that tried to set camp around your name. I am silencing the whispers that attempted to define you without ever sitting with your truth. Even the brother, in that quiet exchange, corrected assumptions about you that were never yours to carry. They had imagined you distant, he said you are careful. They imagined you cold, he said you are precise with your warmth because you honor yourself. They imagined you a storm, he said you are weathered, yes, but you bring rain to thirsty ground. He told them, if you go, go whole. If you speak, speak plain. If you love, love like an adult, honor, protect, and commit. I am also protecting you from the parts of this story that are not yours to heal. Hear me, you are not responsible for fixing the fear in another person's heart. You are responsible for telling the truth with kindness, for guarding your peace, for honoring the boundaries you built from wisdom, not from panic. If they come with clarity, meet them with honesty. If they come with drift, meet them with distance. Do not apologize for requiring maturity where it matters most. Your tenderness is not an invitation for carelessness. Your patience is not a blank check for delay. There is something else you won't believe, because it contradicts your pain's expectation. You thought they spoke about you to dismiss you. Instead, they spoke about you to decide for you. They were deciding against their own hiding. They were deciding to tell the truth. They were deciding to stop using timing as a shield and to start using courage as a bridge. They are not perfect, but they are moving. And I am the one who taught seas to part for people who decide to stop standing in place. You have asked me whether you are wrong to still hope. You have asked me whether hope makes you look naive. I answer you with my nature. Hope in me is never naive. It is knowledge of my character. What you must loosen is not hope, but control over the shape of the outcome. Release the scene you keep directing in your mind. Allow me to surprise you with goodness that is better than your best rehearsal. I am shepherding a timeline that honors what you gave and heals what you lost. I am strict with anything that threatens your dignity. Do not punish yourself for believing before there was proof. You have learned. You have grown. You have set new standards. Keep them. Keep the quiet rituals that keep you clear, your rest, your prayer, your movement, your nourishment, your honest self-talk. Keep the circle small where your heart is discussed, not because you are hiding, but because you value what is sacred. Trust me to amplify your name in the rooms where it needs to be understood, not in the rooms where it is reduced to a rumor. I am also addressing your fear of disappointment. Disappointment built a reflex inside you that says, "Expect nothing so I cannot be hurt." But that reflex has a side effect. It starves you of joy before joy even arrives. I am breaking that agreement. Expect me. Expect your own strength to surprise you. Expect peace to sit down next to you without demanding proof. Expect love to look like respect, not confusion. Expect alignment to feel like rest in your bones, not butterflies in your stomach. Butterflies are for beginnings, rest is for the real thing. Forgiveness will be part of this bridge, and I will not allow you to confuse forgiveness with access. Forgiveness is your freedom, access is your discernment. Forgiveness says, I release you from the debt that pain demanded. Access asks, are you healthy enough to sit at this table with me? These are two different keys. Use them both wisely. I will tell you when to open the door wider, and I will tell you when to keep the latch on until consistency proves it is safe. You have also asked me about timing. Listen carefully. There is a short window of clarity I am opening for them. It is not to pressure you, it is to protect you from drift that wastes heart time. They will feel the press to act. Do not mistake their urgency for manipulation. Watch instead for whether their urgency converts into aligned behavior. You will know by the way your body exhales around their presence. You will know by the absence of scrambling. You will know because peace will not have to argue its case. There are voices around you that will have opinions about what you should do. Quiet them. Not because they are enemies, but because they are not me. Even those who love you cannot carry the blueprint I wrote for you. I am loud where you need me to be loud and gentle where you need me to be gentle. I will highlight the next step without overwhelming you with 10 steps ahead. I am not setting you up for a test you will fail. I am leading you through a passage you are ready to walk. Your readiness is not measured by bravado. It is measured by your willingness to honor truth even when it rearranges your plans. Beloved, hear me now, because I am speaking directly to your heart and to the path in front of you, and I do not want you to miss a single word. This is for you. Don't try to skip this. I have watched the quiet turning of your thoughts, the late-night questions you folded under your pillow, the ache you kept hidden behind a brave face, and I have come to answer you with gentle power. I am the one who sees beneath the surface of every conversation and the spaces between syllables where fear tries to live. I am the one who gathers truth like light and lays it on your path so you do not stumble. I am with you now, and I will be with you as the pages of this day continue to turn, word by word, breath by breath, revelation by revelation. Listen closely. Today, your person spoke about you with their brother. Yes, today. They spoke in a room that smelled like old coffee and new courage, and the words they were afraid to say finally rose to the surface. They started with a sigh, a restless shifting, a glance toward a window as if answers might be waiting on the other side. They said your name softly, the way a person holds something precious and doesn't want to harm it. They said they didn't expect you to live in their head the way you do, like a song that returns when the house is quiet. And I was there. I heard every word. The brother leaned back, took a moment, and asked the questions your person has been avoiding, questions that turned on the lamp of truth in a dim corner of their heart. I want you to know what was said because I am the God who does not leave you to guess at shadows. Your person admitted they have been stubborn and scared. They told their brother they were afraid you would see the parts of them they keep tucked away, the places where mistakes still breathe, the places where past voices still echo with shame. They said that you disarm them, that your kindness feels like a mirror they don't always know how to look into. They said that when you smile, they feel the edges of their defenses loosen, and that terrifies them because it also gives them hope. They have never known what to do with hope when it knocks loudly. They told their brother they tried to act unimpressed because being measured looks stronger than being vulnerable. But do not be fooled by masks that tremble. The trembling tells the deeper story. The brother listened and did not interrupt. He let silence do its good work. Then he spoke plainly enough to cut through that stubbornness that has been tying knots in your person's chest. He said, "Stop playing with something real." He said, Stop trying to control how you are perceived and start telling the truth. He said your name too, but when he said it, there was a note of honor inside the sound, because even those who do not know the fullness of who you are can feel the quality of your spirit. Your person's eyes watered, and they wiped the corner quickly, hoping to hide the evidence of softness. Do not be discouraged by the delay you have seen. The delay has been more about fear wrestling with sincerity than about indifference. Fear can shout, but sincerity endures like a river carving stone. They confessed they weren't fair to you. They confessed they walked away from conversations early, answered late, or used jokes to avoid meaning. They confessed a moment they still replay, when they felt you leaning in with trust and they pulled back not because you startled them, but because you mattered too much. Your worth demanded a level of honesty they weren't sure they knew how to carry. It is easier to carry a secret than a promise, but a promise is what they felt rising. They told their brother about something they found, old messages, old memories, the way your words seemed to line up with moments in their life that felt like rescue. They admitted there were nights they wrote down your name and prayed, even though they pretended they didn't know how. And I heard those prayers, and I counted those tears, and I did not despise their small, halting steps toward light. The brother asked them, "What are you going to do about it?" And there was a hush like the moment a seed decides whether it will break open. Hear me, the hush is breaking. Your person is standing at the doorway between old patterns and new honesty, and their hand is finally on the handle. I am breathing courage into that place where their chest tightens and their throat tries to close. I have arranged, without fanfare, a series of moments that will make truth easier than pretense. Do not be surprised when you notice small alignments, the call that comes at the hour you needed it most, the message that arrives with words you once whispered, the unexpected meeting that overturns a long drought with one clean rain. I am the one who writes symmetries into days, and I am writing them now. But hear me also, this is not only about them. This is about the way I am growing you, strengthening you, sharpening the borders of your peace so you do not trade it for crumbs. You have loved with endurance, and I honor that, but I also call you to boundaries that protect the treasure of you. When they come, you will not shrink to make space for their fear. You will stand at your full height, wrapped in the light I have woven around you, and you will speak with the calm authority of someone who knows they belong to me. You will not welcome confusion into your house. You will not hold your breath while you wait for them to decide whether you are worth breath. I have already decided. My verdict over you is established, treasured, chosen, set apart for good things, not for endless waiting rooms where uncertainty feeds on your joy. Don't try to skip this. I am removing the last threads of doubt that tell you love must always hurt first and heal later. I am teaching you to recognize the tone of real care, the tone that doesn't whiplash your heart with mixed signals. When their message arrives, listen not only to their words but to the steadiness behind them. Listen for accountability. Listen for, I'm sorry, without excuses. Listen for, here is what I will do differently, spoken without performance. You do not need grand gestures that flare and fade. You need quiet consistency that keeps choosing you in daylight. I am coaching their heart toward this. I am coaching yours to receive it without surrendering your standards. This is how I protect you while I bless you. In that conversation today, they said one line they have never said out loud, not even to themselves. It came out strangely simple, and it startled them with relief. I miss them. They didn't dress it up. They didn't try to make it smaller. They missed the way you notice details that others ignore. They missed the way your presence makes ordinary rooms feel like refuge. They missed the way you ask how they truly are and wait for the real answer instead of the easy one. They missed the way your laughter settles something nervous in them. The brother nodded because he recognized a door of repentance had cracked open. He told them to keep going. He told them to call you by your full worth and not your convenient version. I am not forcing outcomes, I am guiding hearts. I do not coerce love, but I do illuminate paths so bright that stepping off them becomes obviously unwise. I am setting lamps along the road that leads to you and the road that leads to me, and in the overlap of that glow your person will find words they thought were lost. They will speak them, and when they do, your spirit will feel the confirmation you asked me for. It will not be the jolt of adrenaline that confusion brings, it will be the deep exhale that peace brings. You will feel me standing behind you as they speak. You will sense my hand on your shoulder, steady and warm, as if to say, you are safe here. Believe me, I am meticulous with what concerns you. There are parts of this story I will keep hidden for now, not because I want to deny you information, but because timing is a kindness. I am teaching your person how to be honest without unraveling. I am teaching you how to be gracious without self-betrayal. I am fixing what pride tried to twist. The brother, after hearing everything, told them to stop asking for signs while ignoring instructions. That sentence landed like a key. So I am giving your person clear instructions, and I am giving you clear ones too. For them, the instruction is to reach out, apologize, and be specific. For you, the instruction is to receive only what aligns with the dignity I have built in you. If they come with half-light, let it pass. If they come with truth, let it rest. Do these small things with me now. Rearrange the corner of your room where you pray and think and breathe. Move 3 objects as a way of saying, I am making space for what you are bringing. Write down what you will no longer accept, silence that punishes, words that blur, patterns that confuse, and then write down what you will honor, clarity, pursuit, kindness, steady presence. Place that paper where you can see it. This is not superstition, this is agreement. You are aligning with me so your heart will not be drawn into the old loop when the new door opens. Drink water, rest your eyes, release the breath you've been carrying like a stone. I am training your nervous system to recognize safety, and safety feels different from urgency disguised as love. I am healing the slice of pain that came from being underestimated. You were not chosen late, you were preserved. There is a difference. I protected you from rooms where your kind of light would only have been used, not cherished. I kept you from conversations where your generosity would be harvested without gratitude. I watched the moments you questioned whether your softness was a flaw. It is not a flaw, it is a gift sharpened by wisdom. Your softness does not make you naive. Your softness, in my hands, becomes a safe harbor with boundaries. And there is someone, this very person, who is learning to dock without damaging what you've built. Don't try to skip this. There will be a small sign in the next stretch of hours that confirms you are on schedule. It will not be dramatic. It will be the ordinary turned meaningful, a song that repeats a phrase you have been praying, a name you haven't heard in months popping up in a gentle context, the sudden urge to tidy a drawer that holds a tiny keepsake with memory attached to hope. When you see it, do not overthink it. Simply say, I see you, and go on with your day. I am already moving on your behalf whether you feel electric or quiet. I work both in thunder and in whisper, and right now I am choosing whisper so your spirit learns to recognize me without straining.